Now, for the other part of this project, you'll have to make sure to write some unit tests and some integration tests for your search engine functions. Now, to do so, um, you will need to read the instructions to understand a little bit more about what tests are required and how many you need to write. Come down here, it'll say write at least 3 unit tests, and you can read through here. And an integration test. I just want to take a quick moment to show you where these live. So they are in search tests.py. And in here, you'll see the same import at the top. And there are 2 examples here that I want you to look at. First, there's def test example unit tests. And so this shows you some examples of how you can write a test. In fact, a whole bunch of tests. And then it shows you an example of integration test. And it's got this special @patch built-ins.input. You can read in the instructions about that and read this code and figure out what it's doing. And all we're asking you to do is to write your own tests down here. And so notice, by the way, there's a to-do here. If you read through all your code, you need to make sure to call your test functions. So to write a test, you'll create def test, whatever you want to test, say test search, the search function. And notice these test functions for your unit tests don't take anything. Instead, you're going to just write your own test here, whatever you want to assert. Assert 1 is equal to 1. 1 should equal 1, but it doesn't. And now just doing this is not enough, because this will not run your tests. For your test to actually get run, when you do Python 3 search tests.py, you have to add them down here. You have to add them in this block. And so you need to call test search. Now you'll need to write unit tests for all of the functions that you implement, all 6, I believe. And you'll need to write at least 1 integration test. And you can read about what integration tests are in the document. One last thing I'll show you is that if you were to try running this right now, you will actually get an error. And let's see what that error says. The error says import name title length from search. It can't be imported. Cannot import that name. So what's going on here? Well, at the very top, from search, we import search, title length, article count, random articles, etc., etc. These up here, these functions are the only ones that the rest were all given to you. You have to implement these in search.py. Well, in search.py, so far, we've only implemented this search function, and very poorly, I might add. You haven't created a function named title length, so of course, Python throws an error. And so if you want to run your code testing just that search function, you'd have to comment out the rest of these functions one by one, or leave them out one by one. And as you write tests for them, as you write the function, once it exists, you can add it back to the list. Just like that. And so now, if I comment this out and I run, let's see now, if I clear this out and I run my code, whoops, I didn't save my file. Now I did. Now if I run this, well, assert search dog equals dog search results. So our search function, given the keyword dog, didn't return the expected results, because if we look at our implementation, it just returns Alex, and that's not the right answer. So that should be enough context for you to feel comfortable with the test writing part of this assignment. Good luck.